one big contributing factor in this year's election is social media. So how does it affect a campaign or the public's perception of an issue? Our political analyst, Dr. Brian Calfano, takes a look.
Political news comes in various forms, and it's now easier than ever to get the latest on candidates and races in any part of the country. Much of the news access comes from the internet and smart devices, and many of you likely spend time each day scrolling through a news feed. In fact, the Pew Research Center reported last month that about 4 in 10 Americans get their news online regularly. This includes political news from social media sources found on sites like Facebook. 39% of conservatives and 44% of liberals in the Pew study say they get their online news from friends and family, and the vantage point represented is one-sided. Meanwhile, only about 1/3 of Americans say that they trust the news they get from social media. So obviously not everyone is thrilled with what's in their news feed. Now, these news consumption patterns wouldn't matter so much if the public were deciding, say, the next reality show winner. But instead, we're charged with using information to select our political leaders. Now, no single news source or format is inherently superior to another, but the basic information presented about the facts, and just the facts in this election season, can't simply be a matter of opinion. At some point, the country needs to agree on a set of facts about the world, and the news echo chambers are not helpful. My advice is not to abandon your preferred source of news and information. Instead, it's to dig a little deeper than the headlines. Look at a divergent news source for a contrasting viewpoint, or even friend someone of the opposite political persuasion on Facebook. Get a little uncomfortable and expose yourself to another perspective. For our democratic republic to work, we need people to be engaged in weighing the facts and evidence about our nation's future. This requires more than a leisurely scroll through a news feed.